EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is in uptown Charlotte, North Carolina at Bank of America Stadium. Just a moment ago, the lights, the cameras, the action, all the pyrotechnics, everything was ablaze, everything was allowed here at Bank of America Stadium as Carolina emerged from their tunnel. And we are ready to go as the Panthers get set to match up with the New York Giants. Brandon Gardner alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis. And, CD, you look at the Giants in our ball game here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. The former number 6 overall pick in 2019, Daniel Jones, trots out to lead this New York Giants offense.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now Jones. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. Throwing Jones. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
To throw again on second down. Jones. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down. Maybe just a lack of concentration there as he couldn't haul it in.
And when you're going across the middle like that, you know, he's running that drag route, you are conscious of all the bodies and the traffic in there. But let's face it, if you're going there, you might as well come down with the football and absorb whatever else happens after.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores. And, you know, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Back to throw here. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Again, he finds Moore. Touchdown! 7th touchdown of the year. And the Panthers are going to take a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
On 2nd and 7, Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. That right there, a good sign for a team that's had trouble converting 3rd down so far this year. They're in the bottom 5 in the NFL, but they come through there.
Yeah, and I bet if we put our guy Marvin on the case and say, Marvin, tell us where they rank on 3rd and what, right? I bet they're in the top 5 in the league on 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7 or more, because that's how you end up not converting. Just too much yardage to pick up on 3rd down.
From the 41, Jones. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A big play there on the catch and well, with Saquon Barkley, you often think of the elusiveness, the quickness, but he can definitely run with purpose as well, and he's able to shed a tackler there and continue on. Touchdown, Giants! Kadarius Toney, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Moore now to return. And able to get this out to the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go. They'll look to throw here. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Hands it off out of the gun. Powers through him. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll go down at the 28.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. He'll drop to throw. Buying time to his left. Touchdown, Panthers. Tommy Trimble, his 9th touchdown of the season, and the Panthers have taken the lead.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Now Myers for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now here comes Daniel Jones and the Giants again. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Back to throw. Jones finds his tight end Ingram. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. From the gun, Jones. To Shepard, complete over the middle. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were excellent a week ago in the victory over Arizona.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. This is fielded at the 27. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed, so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
Second and 4. Flushed out right. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 41-yard line. And here's a handoff out of the gun. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And down to the 16-yard line. 96 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Right back to him on first down. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
And that's exactly what you're looking for at the inside linebacker spot. Versatility. He can drop into coverage, or as he did on that last play, use his speed to get to the perimeter and knock the ball carrier for a loss.
Dancing to his left. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Davante Adams, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they widen their lead. Showed some of his improv skills there, getting flushed out of the pocket but still able to make the throw for the score.
So that means he's not a method actor?
No.
Because with the improv means break character when you need to. And in the NFL, when you have those guys chasing you, sometimes you have to break character in a big way. But I love the fact that he stayed downfield, kept his eyes up, and made the play. How many rookies do that well?
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New York ready to go again offensively. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. That will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on third and very long. Looking to throw. Jones. Looking here for Smith downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Well, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And possession will switch hands, first and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at the 45. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. He hits Adams, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
That's a nice throw right there, and I'll tell you what I've seen in recent times and actually watched a presentation in the offseason from a college offensive coordinator that showed about 10 different drills that he runs with his quarterbacks to show them how to get out.
And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating, steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage. And they'll run it here. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down. So on fourth down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. But the focus shifts back to Daniel Jones and company. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better. Maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The Giants on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is third down and 12. Back to throw. Jones. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And taken right on the 30. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And to give this time to the tailback. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually Yeah, the defense back on its heels.
The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And a touchdown!
Terrace Marshall, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing with the ease in which he's doing it.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And it's no good. No, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting because 3 blitz coming and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything. After the sack on 1st down, Jones. That's caught by Galladay. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, Jones trying to lay one up deep, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Throwing deep for Galladay. And this is going to be intercepted. It's C.J. Henderson picking it off. And the Panthers are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 119 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Finding room at the 30. It's a room to maneuver. The 30. 10. 5. Touchdown, Carolina. A big play there. His 25th touchdown, tying Emmitt Smith for the 5th most in one season. And the Panthers continue to pull away here in this first half. Well, we have seen some rookie running backs come in and have a big impact year one, and this guy would certainly fit that bill, as that was one heck of a run there.
And that's why he's one of the best running backs in the game today, because this run combined all the elements. Started with patience, and he was just waiting for the right lane to materialize. Then once he saw it, he used his speed and escapability in tandem and turned this into a tremendous play.
And again, it's no good. A few boo birds coming out as he's missed his 2nd extra point here in the first half. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. And the Giants ready to come out now. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll start out on the ground, and Saquon Barkley. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled them up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've had their troubles. Just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. Jones. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he will have a Giants first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's a give to Barkley. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Jones. That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Jones. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
A first down carry for Barkley. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Working with 2nd and 5 now. A handoff to Barkley. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be fourth down. On fourth down, Joe Judge makes the decision. They're going for it. They'll run with Barkley. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. He needed less than a foot. He didn't get a whole lot more than that, but he did get the first down.
Well, he and his offensive line created enough push where if he was able to just fall forward as he was able to there, that would pick up the first down. As you noted, didn't need a whole lot, didn't get much more than that.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. On second down, here's Barkley. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Jones now from the. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. And now that brings up fourth down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's a in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
The kick by Fairbairn is good. And that'll put us within 3 scores as it becomes now a 23-point game. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And Moore, he's going to sit on this one, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play. But sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
And they've all been good so far. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. Now he's flushed out left. He's going to look deep for more. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Giants now going to take over late in this first half as they'll take over with just under a minute left to play. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Throwing to start the drive. Jones gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's out right at the 25. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On third down, Barkley. And he's able to get up here to the 26. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's been in a pretty good groove. They actually have more yards on the ground than through the air, but both have been good, pretty balanced.
And have we ever met a coach when we've talked to him before a game that hasn't mentioned wanting to be balanced?
No, because and he can't escape, and down he goes. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Back to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for more. He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we've come, and just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Each team making their final preparations for this second half. We're about ready, too, as we'll send you back up to Charlotte and rejoin Brandon and Charles at Bank of America Stadium.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And no run back here for more. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
In trouble, and he's taken down. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Well, I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took them to the limits.
Being chased out left. Looking deep for Adams. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. From their own territory, an incredible play on fourth down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 234 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. They'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Hands it off out of the gun. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. Now, these have been no picnic for him so far. He's missed 2, but this one is good. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Meanwhile, Jones' throw here taken in by Ingram. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than 1 tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now Jones staying on his feet. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Throwing Jones. And that is incomplete.
We're into the 2nd half now. This is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Here's Tressway now as he's on for the 5th time here today. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He is north of 200 yards. Any time that you can say you're north of 200 yards, you've done something right.
Yeah, you're going to get some big check marks on your grade sheet, and you're going to be in heavy rotation on all the highlight shows, and you might even make a magazine cover or 2.
He's hoping for more. The cherry on top, maybe, as this game goes forward. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And to give this time to the tailback. There's another truck.
Well, partners, my old man used to say, make sure you strap up tight if you're going to try to stop one of those big horses out there. As you just saw there, this guy does not go down easily.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On play action, they'll throw. And it's complete to Adams. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. 2nd down and 12 at the 19-yard line. Back to throw here. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Moore. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Myers' kick is good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So tack on 3 more, though it's just a rare drive where they did not find the end zone.
Yeah, you're right about that, partner. But at this point, I don't think you're too concerned about that. You just want to possess the football for a while and drain the clock. If you can get 3 out of it, that's great too.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Possession switching back to the New York Giants. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And they've just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. On the draw, this is Barkley. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Jones. And this one is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many
breaks the tackle now at Allen. Oh, he's got some breathing room. He's at the 50, 30, 10, 5, touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. New York's offense back out there and set to go. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. Don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking deep downfield. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for New York. So a change of possession here on the punt. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. He has been on his A game. We're in the 3rd quarter. He's already in search of touchdown pass number 5.
He's played so well that it's hard for me to take my eyes off of him, even when he's not on the field. I keep finding my eyes finding him on the bench in between series, wondering what he's going to do next. This has been a blast to watch him play the position.
He's been spectacular with his 4 touchdown passes.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10, right at the 40. And he'll give it here to his running back. Trucks over him, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Right there, 54, right there, right there.